Amari Thomas and Ashton Prechtel. That's going to be interesting.
Well, you've got pure brute strength against length athleticism, and it'll be a great advantage. I haven't seen Amari Thomas play yet. I'd love to see her game, but I imagine she's just an absolute dominant force inside, whereas Prechtel, she's a versatile player. As we've seen, she can shoot from deep, she can handle the ball. She's just an all-around player.
Well, Prechtel is hugely impressive. Of course, coming out of Stanford University, winning an NCAA title 2 years ago. I mean, that gives her some pretty serious cred, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you see the numbers she put up in this league so far, and on that Stanford squad, she actually did not put up that big of numbers because the depth of the Stanford squad was so enormous. And so for her to come out and be a standout player here has got to be a breath of fresh air for her.
She is just putting her mouth guard in, and she was a machine in game number 1 against Tokomanoa. So let's see if the Hoiho can please their home fans with back-to-back victories. Running with their starting 5. Hurst, Bradley, the other 2 imports in the Hoiho team. Gallagher captaining the team, and Zoe Richards. And their starting 5 for the Kahu. Tapaya, Jason Tini, Amari Thomas, Tera Reid, and Eliana Duaiti.
I just want to talk about the Hoiho starting 5 as well. As a unit, they did extremely well. You have Bradley coming off the plane the day of the game and setting, I think it was the second most assists in a Tuihi game league with 11. So, I mean, they've also got extreme depth for the Hoiho, and they all play together really well as a unit.
So a good little step up, but interesting to see Todd Mitchell wanting more, or Todd Marshall rather, wanting more from his team in this match. So we'll see if they're able to deliver that. So it's going to be the Hoiho in the dark blue, the Kahu in the light blue. Game number 2 of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa for 2023 is underway, and it's going to be the home team with the first possession. Down court comes Paige Bradley. Terrific contest. A performance from her in game number 1. And now here is Prechtel. Back to Bradley. And now Prechtel, she's going to get her hands on the ball a lot. Good defensive to start from the Kahu, but you can't stop outside shots like that.
No, that was beautiful offense by the Hoiho. They did a great job working it up around the top. And then Paige Bradley with the 3 from deep.
Wonderful start for her. Now Thomas. She's got her hands on the ball there. And there goes the shot from Tini. And here comes the Hoiho again. Gallagher. Now Prechtel. Gallagher's going to put up a 3. Look out if the Hoiho get hot early.
Yeah, you better look out. And again, we're seeing early on that Amari Thomas is putting a lot of physical contact on Prechtel, making her life a little bit difficult, pushing her out of the lane and stretching her wide.
It's Thomas getting smashed there. And there's the first foul of the contest.
I don't mind that foul. She's going for the block. She got up there. And if you're going to foul Amari Thomas, you better foul her hard because she's going to finish.
Straight away, here's Thomas. She gets her first points of the season. From the TAB line, and it's been rebounded nicely there by the Hoiho, by Zoe Richards. 3-1 early in this contest. Richards almost losing it with Bradley. That's good hustling right there from the Kahu.
Great job by Eliana, reading that screen, coming up, putting that pressure on, and getting that turnover. As you see here, she's applying that pressure to Bradley and then just reading that pass. Bit of a silly pass there from Bradley, but again, probably a miscommunication on offense.
Love the play from Tuaiti there. She knew when to pounce, didn't she? 3-pointer misses. Prechtel with the uncontested rebound. Very impressive Philadelphia-born player. Puts up that D2, she's short. Thomas has got the rebound. Tuaiti doesn't get fouled there. Just been called by the referees to let that one go. Now Reid kicks it back out. Chance for the Kahu. Oh, that's a lovely shot. And it's the Kahu take the lead by 1.
Don't let that girl get hot because she can knock it down. And great hands there by Talia as well. She's got a great release, especially beyond the arc. Once she catches that ball, her hands are ready and she's going to fire it. And she has got a beautiful arch on the shot. It's almost money every single time. Just such a solid offensive standout player.
Oh, she's such a wonderful all-round player. Richards Hurst with the ball now. Zoe Richards again. Richards patient and luring that little reach in there from the Northern Kahu, and it's going to be a 3-point play. So good play by the Hoiho.
And Zoe Richards had a phenomenal game, opening game. She recorded a double-double, one of 3 players to record a double-double with 15 points and 12 rebounds. And it was her first double-double of the league, so she is going to be looking to have a standout year. And I think with the presence of Prechtel, she'll be able to play that 4 position more comfortably.
See, Richards played 12 games for the Hoiho last year. It's a pretty tough defense being played out there. See Reed come down on the replay here.
Yeah, I love Tara's game. She will bulldoze anyone over. She's tiny in stature, but like she's real skinny, but she is tough, and she's not fun to guard.
So 2-point game early in the contest. Here's Reed. And good hustle there by Tupaia for the rebound. That's what she does. She just gets herself into good positions too, Kason. Tupaia.
Well, she's just a smart player, and you can see that she's poised and she's calm, and she just knows where that ball is going to be bouncing. She's not trying to out-athlete anybody. She's not jumping over the top. She's just positioning herself well and getting those deflections and getting those offensive rebounds.
Thomas. It's been rebounded by the Hoiho, and here comes Prechtel. It's very lonesome here. It's like a 1-on-5 pretty much there. And now the reinforcements come. That's how to do it. Kahu up by 5 early in this one.
Great job by Prechtel, drawing the attention of the defense and then finding Gallagher on the 3-point line. And great shot by Gallagher. Way to knock it down.
Yeah, her first 3 points of the game. That's 2 threes going in so far by the Hoiho. And that pass was ambitious, and it's been turned over. It's going to be the home team's ball.
The last 3 plays from the Kahu, I'm not sure the people at home could tell, but they've got the Hoiho spinning around on defense, and they're passing it behind them without them noticing it. Quite sneaky on those passes, and the Hoiho need to have their head on the swivel if they're going to try to get those steals.
Another 3-pointer goes up, missed this time by Hurst, but it's still Hoiho ball. As Bradley kicks it back to Hurst. Good rotation on the offensive end. Liking this play from Hoiho as Bradley misses that jumper, but it's still their ball. Now Prechtel puts up a 3. And it's Thomas who's got the rebound.
Great work by the Hoiho. That's what got them the win in the first game. They almost doubled the rebounds. Oh, and a great drive by Talia Tupaia. Like I was just talking about earlier, they did a great job rebounding the ball. As you saw in that last play, gave themselves the opportunity to get a second chance. But again, great job by Talia taking that ball in.
Here's Hurst from the free throw line. Yes, nice jump shot there from Hurst. Elise Hurst, the 23-year-old out of Australia, of course. First season in New Zealand, and it's the Hoiho up by 5. That's nice play right there, and there's the foul from Prechtel. She hasn't troubled the scorers yet, and that's what the Kahu are going to need to do to Kason. Get Prechtel into foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly, and what a great person to do the job, Tara. She is a great driver to the basket. She knows how to get in there, and she uses her body extremely well and can find herself at the TAB quite a lot.
Yeah, there's some tall ferns in action today in this Kahu team. Tupaia, of course, Reed. And we've got Tamilo coming off the bench too. Tara Reed doesn't get the second. So score remains 11-7. Hoiho, there's Prechtel. All stolen nicely there by Tupaia. Oh, I wonder if she stood on the baseline there as she touched that one, but no. The referee was right there. Into Thomas, one-on-one here with Richards, trying to move right there.
And talk about a mismatch and a half. They might be the same height, but I'm pretty sure Amari Thomas has got about double the size on Richards.
3-pointers missed, rebounded by Reed, and down comes the Kahu again, who've got a little momentum roll here. And Reed did a good job there, driving it home there, and she's going to go to the TAB to shoot a couple.
Yeah, the Hoiho have got to step out in front of her early and not let her get those open drives to the basket, as she's done extremely well in the first few minutes of this game. As you see, she goes coast to coast. Nobody's standing in front of her. Just a simple crossover and drive in, and she's drawing the foul. Again, you've got to step out in front of her early and not give her the open lane, because she's long, she's athletic, and she is strong.
Key player for the Kahu. Last year, 10 games, 10.4 points per game, 6 rebounds as well. There she goes, getting the second one in. So we're locked up now. Good little comeback here. And we had the Hoiho up by 5 not long ago to Kaysen. Now it's all tied up. So gone a little quiet, the home team here, as the Kahu's defense has stepped up. Richards puts up a three-pointer. Love the arc on that one from the moment it left her hand.
Beautiful. She was set. She was ready to hit that shot. I was watching it all the way up, hoping it would go in, and it did. Beautiful shot by Zoe Richards.
Fire. Oh, look at that, creating space off the left hand. Didn't drop. Wow. I might need new glasses soon. Can't believe she missed that one.
She set that up beautifully.
Hurst has missed a 3. Tupai's got the rebound, though. 3-on-2 situation, yes. Oh, the lovely pass was a good one right there, but in the end, Teeny lost it. Just cut maybe just a fraction too early.
Yeah, just a little bit too early there, and I think Talia might have passed it slightly behind her. That's all right, though. That was a good look. Great transition offense. Couldn't capitalize on the finish, but look for quite a bit of that with this Kahu team.
Zoe Richards is the leading scorer in the game with 6. Prechtel, who's not out there at the moment, not scoring, so she's been kept scoreless in the first few minutes, which is interesting. Here's Richards again with the hot hand. Doesn't get back-to-back threes, and Thomas did really well getting the rebound. Down court she comes. Wide open for a three-pointer. And nailed the shot there was Reed. And she has 6 for the Kahu.
Well, Thomas showing some ball handling and some great court vision. Threw that from all the way out by the sideline. And found Tara on the wing. Great job by Tara to knock it down.
So Richards having a good game, though. Of course, twin as Britt is on the bench at the moment. Good game of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Oh, we got an offensive foul here against the Hoiho.
It's going to be on 24.
Zoe Richards.
Zoe Richards. Probably just got a little bit of an extension on that screen.
Big foul count difference at the moment, too. In the two teams at the moment, too, with 5 personal fouls already on the Hoiho. That's the first foul. Only 1 foul so far on the Kahu.
It was a beautiful offensive set. Hit the high post, had 2 cutters going off of it. I think the Hoiho just happened to get a hand on that pass.
Tupai with the inbound pass. Thomas standing up nice and high. Reed already has 3-pointers in this game. And Richards doing it both ends of the court for the Hoiho at the moment. And out there now is Gracie Roberts here, and now there goes the deep shot from Bradley. Here comes the Kahu again. Reed. There is a foul right there on Rebecca Moores, who's out there now. So a couple of players, was Tamilo in fact coming into the game now, that we saw in the Rapid League game. If you don't know what the Rapid League game is, folks, this is a 4-quarter game before this main game. Like a curtain raiser almost, isn't it? 4-minute quarters. So it's rapid fire, and all the bench players get their chance to show their wares. The players that are not selected for the starting 5, including this player right here at the line, Tamilo, who got 9 points in that, 7 points in that game, 4 rebounds and 2 steals.
Yes, I mean, she's a standout player, and she's on the rise, still young, and she's got a lot of growing, but look out for her. She's going to be a star.
She's only 18, and that's been turned over right there by Roberts here. That was a bit of a soft turnover rather, and now here's Reed into Thomas. Chance for her to muscle up, and she's too good there on Adams. She has got some fast twitch fibers in her body.
Oh, absolutely. The Hoiho just don't have an answer for the Kahu at the moment. A lot of it's going through the hands of Amari Thomas and Tara Reid. Reid's getting that ball inside, whether it's on her own off the dribble or finding Thomas inside, but Thomas using her size extremely well.
Well, the lead now 4. This is as big as it's been for the Kahu in this game. As Thomas helps herself to a free throw there and gets 4 points in the game, and now she's stolen it. So everything going the Kahu's way at the moment.
Oh, great fake by Talia.
Look at Reid, she's wide open here. Doesn't nail the three-pointer. Weak side rebound is beautifully taken by Tamilo, and in comes Reid for 2 more points.
Well, Hoiho just looking a little bit lost on defense at the moment. Don't really have an answer for Thomas, and that just Kahu are taking advantage of these defensive lapses.
Well, Prechtel's not on court either at the moment, is she? And I just wonder whether Coach Todd Marshall might be considering a timeout at the moment because the Hoiho gone a little cold.
Yep. Well, I mean, her presence is definitely missed. She's got that length and size that they need. But, again, I like this matchup underneath, size-wise, against Thomas with Sophie Adams. And she's a hard person to guard, I'll tell you that much.
So Roberts here at the line, and she gets 2. First season at the Hoiho. Overseas for a long time, and now Reid. She's been one of the stars in this first quarter so far. Kicks it back out. There's the missed opportunity for the Kahu this time.
Unlucky shot there, but we know Jason can knock those threes down. She is a great shooter. You don't want her to get hot because she has that ability. She will knock him down. Great job by Tara to get that ball inside, create the opportunity on the outside.
Oh, it's rebounded nicely here for Roberts here. Well, the lane shut quickly there, didn't it? Put the barriers up. Here comes Richards. Richards creates space for herself nicely there, but can't seal it.
Wow, that was a great drive and much better offensive set from the Hoiho.
Oh, Reid using the ball out of bounds there. And is that going to go on Adams? It is.
Yep, it is. And again, Reid has that ability. She's so talented at getting that ball inside and drawing the foul. Even when she's dribbling the ball up the floor, if she knows the defense is on her, she's going to just slightly lean into them and force them to push her over and then try to draw a cheap little foul that way. But again, she's a scorer, and she knows how to do it, and she knows how to use her body well.
Well, Reid looking great at the moment. And she goes back-to-back with those free throws. So now that lead is back out into a comfortable margin for the Kahu again. It's 6 points. So the Hoiho, who were leading by 5 at one stage. It's been a beautiful turnaround in this game for Northern Kahu. Just over 90 to play, and now they've turned it over, the Hoiho. So looking a little like they've lost their confidence a touch.
Yeah, just ever so slightly. And maybe the Blues were confusing her a bit because she just passed it right into the hands of Talia. So unfortunately misses that 3, but again, they need to try to get a better shot, not settle for a 3-pointer. Yes, get that ball inside, get some easy baskets.
Roberts here. It's going to be ruled a jump ball. Still going to be Hoiho ball, though. They're finding it really tough. Richards getting some good looks early in this game, but it's been a real struggle for them since.
I'm interested to see, maybe it's because Prechtel got an early foul, if they want to save her for the rest of the game and try to keep her in the whole time. But with the 6-player foul, she's got 2 fouls. Oh, so she's got 2 fouls. That's why she's down. But they do have 6-player fouls in the game.
Still 4 fouls to give. That's nicely done. That's good work there by number 4, Paige Bradley. She has 5 points in the Hoiho, and really that was 2 points badly needed. Still, they're only 4 behind. Here's Thomas. She is going to be a force in this league this year.
Just a tough matchup. Poor Zoe. She does not have the same size as Amari Thomas. Amari Thomas just a beast underneath and uses her body to her advantage.
It looks like Caitlin O'Connell's lost it. She has. So here's Thomas again. I think Thomas is going to really enjoy playing with some pretty established players.
Oh, absolutely.
Touched on Crystal Ledger, Walker, Panina, Davidson, Tess, and Majdon still to come in. The Australian Opals captain. And it's been stolen there. Adams had her back to the ball, but still got it eventually. And she's smashed right there. And she's going to go to the TAD to shoot a couple.
Yeah, the Hoiho are going to be glad with that foul as they've probably got about 6 or 7 team fouls to the Kahu 2. So a little bit of a breather here, get a chance, reset, knock these 2 free throws down, try to close this lead. They started the game off really strong, but with the absence of Prechtel, their offense has been struggling to find their momentum.
12.9 seconds left in the first quarter. It's going to be Sophie Adams. 9 minutes she played the other night against the Tukumanoa Queens. 2 points, 2 rebounds, both free throws were her points. And she maintains her 100% percentage for the season so far. Let's see what the Kahu can do on this last play here. Good work by Tuaiti. Wide open for a three-pointer is Tini. She's short. And Roberts here looks up at the scoreboard. Puts up the prayer. It's not going to be answered. So there's the end of the first quarter. Good one for the visitors, the Northern Kahu. They trailed by 5 at one point, but in the end have overturned that deficit and lead by 4 at quarter time, 24-20. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here of the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa Game 2 for 2023. Kahu leading 24 points to 20. And there is this week's offer from Cells. Of course, we've got a couple of Cells NBL matches coming up a little bit later on today. The Nuggets playing the Airs and the Hawks playing the Jets. And there is the special that is locked in until the middle of next week. So go for it, folks. 3 games back to back here. Well, 4 really, counting the Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
A lot of basketball for your Saturday night.
Absolutely brilliant.
And then we got the All Blacks tonight as well.
And the All Blacks as well. Tupaia. Now 24-20, even though the Kahu felt like they really dominated that first quarter in the end, margin's only 4 points, and that Hoiho should take some confidence out of that, but it's going to go to 7 potentially here with Reed. All smiles after that play.
Oh, I mean, that was just a beautiful pass by Talia Tupaia into Reed. Reed doing a great job cutting to the basket and getting that finish. Again, she's one of those players that you're going to have to look out for because she is lethal on the drive.
And there is the 3-point play, and she is starting to look very good. She's already in double figures. She's on 11 points.
And expect that from her because she has the ability to score. Like, all of these players for the Kahu know how to score, and they are going to get there. So you've got to step out in front of them and make the task difficult.
Those jumpers have got to start falling for Paige Bradley and Elise Hurst if they want to keep in touch with this Kahu team. Reed, lovely pass, and there's 2 more for Thomas. They're just having a field day underneath at the moment.
Yeah, it's just too easy at the moment. The Hoiho need to apply some more defensive pressure as they are known to do, but they're just looking a little bit timid on the defensive side of things at the moment. The sheer power and size of the Kahu proving to be a little bit difficult for them to handle.
9-point game. It's all of a sudden looking very good for the Kahu. Well, Kahu, remember, we're down by 5 midway through that first quarter. They were down 11-6 was the margin as we see that player timeout call, 11-6. So since then, the Kahu have outscored the Hoiho. My maths is correct here, 18-9. So it's been pretty decent. In fact, it's even more than that, isn't it? 23-9. They have really cranked it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why they are absolutely dominating. The Hoiho started off strong, but then again, a key player, Prechtel, went to the bench, and all of a sudden Kahu went on a massive run. And a lot of that had to do with Tara Reid. She has been unbelievable in the first quarter.
Well, Prechtel was going to come back on just then too.
She's missing something. They're looking for something on the floor. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a contact or something. I don't know, but something is missing.
Well, we'll see what's happening here as we see the Hoiho try and create something offensively here. And the rebounding is good again from the Kahu's. Tupaia picks up the ball, and the Kahu.
Oh, good hands.
Tupaia's got it back then. Brilliant from Talia Tupaia. And now Tini inside to Thomas. Thomas gets her own offensive rebound and then gets the foul.
I'm not a fan of that call. I thought that was great defense by the Hoiho. They were holding their ground well. You see here, she gets her own rebound, and maybe that by, oh yeah. Adams' hands did come down a little bit. And that's the hard thing when you're guarding such a dominant post like Amari Thomas. You have to resist the urge to slap down on her. If you're not in a good position, you just have to get your hands straight up and not let her get these 2 easy shots from the TAB. But it's not an easy feat because she is an absolute unit underneath.
Wow, it's a 7-0 run to start the second quarter. Hoiho have not scored in this quarter so far. Prechtel back out there now. Thomas has 11 points with those 2 free throws. She and Reid are really scoring heavily at the moment. Now this one needs to fall. It doesn't. And there's Tupaia with the uncontested rebound.
I mean, it was a good offensive set by the Hoiho, but I want to see them do a great steal there by Elise Hurst. Look out for her to be a dark horse of this league.
That's excellent play again from Zoe Richards. They needed that. She has 8 points.
There we go. That looks like the Hoiho team that we saw in the first round. Again, picking it up on the defensive side of things, trying to build their confidence back up on offense.
Reid going baseline. Still going to be Kahu ball as well defended by the Hoiho.
That's a great matchup there. I like that defensive matchup with Gallagher on Tara Reid. Gallagher's got the smart, she's got the experience to guard somebody like Tara because she is not an easy task.
Gallagher, 30 years of age now, been around a while. He knows how to play the game. And Reid gives it to Thomas. And it is Richards tumbling, and that's going to be a foul on number 11. It's Jason Tini.
Well, early on, Richards is going to need an ice bath after this game. She has hit the deck hard on the number of plays, but she just pops right back up. She's a resilient player. I love that about Richards. She'll get in there and match up with the toughest, the tallest, the biggest players, take a tumble, and then pop right back up.
So Richards has played for New Zealand as well. Back in 2019, look at the space there. And now Prechtel, not going to miss from there. And there's Ashton Prechtel's first points in the game.
Hey, no better time. And again, another pass to Tini that was behind her. She wasn't expecting it. But this is the kind of game we want to see. We want to see the back and forth between the two teams, and especially with players like Bradley and Prechtel, they're going to have a little 1-2 punch duo going on that is going to be exciting to watch.
Prechtel needs to get hot.
I don't want to see the Hoiho settle. I don't want to see them settle for those outside shots that they were doing towards the end of the first quarter. like the Kahu are doing. The Kahu are going in and they're drawing the foul. They're getting to the line, getting the easy baskets. And then the Hoiho are just settling for those jumpers outside. Nah, you got to be tough, get in there, draw the foul, and try to cut this lead.
Well, let's see if that's the message from Todd Marshall, and if it is the message, we'll see if it's enacted by the players. So far, so good for the Kahu. Slow to get started, but we're seeing some real 2 or 3 players really step forward nicely. Tupaia has 8 points. She's shooting at 50%. She has 3 rebounds, 3 steals already for Tupaia. And of course, those 2 players in double figures already. Thomas and Reed both have 11 points. At the moment, Kahu is shooting at 45%. And Hoiho 34.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a testament to the type of shots that the Kahu are taking versus the Hoiho.
They're getting much stronger looks inside for sure. And here's Prechtel. Let's see her go one-on-one with Thomas here. This will be interesting. Well, she created space for herself nicely. And Thomas got the rebound.
It was a great shoulder fake. Just couldn't get that shot to finish. But again, I'd like to see the Hoiho take advantage. They are a faster, more athletic team, I feel. And I think an offensive foul called here.
Oh, what the heck happened there? Tupaia's gone on her. And that was...
I think she just pushed her hip out just a little bit too much. And that's been an emphasis in both the Sal's NBL and the Tuihi League, is the offensive fouls. As I'm getting the thumbs down from Glenn here.
Yeah, lucky there's not a camera on me. You wouldn't be just getting a thumbs down. You get a pretty quizzical expression on my face as well. Let's see what the Hoiho can do. Here's Prechtel. Shot clock down to 5. Prechtel, tough shot that one. And yeah, I think that's come off a Kahu player.
It did. Like I was saying earlier, the Hoiho need to realize the matchups and try to use their speed to their advantage, especially when they've got the smaller lineup on the floor. Try to get those turnovers and then get out early in transition and get some easy baskets.
Gallagher looks as competitive and as motivated as ever. Bradley gives it back to Prechtel, who's going to line up that 3-pointer. Richards. Well, there's a lot of boxing out there going, but not much eyes on the ball as Prechtel now going to go one-on-one with Thomas again. Oh, this time she's short.
It's unfortunate. I would have liked to see her take one more step in towards Thomas, get a little bit more contact, but I think she's being wary with those 2 fouls.
Oh, that's hard luck for Gallagher there. She was in there trying to mix it up again.
I love that. Keep that pressure on. Try to force another turnover. Get yourselves on a run.
Oh, no way. Foul violation.
We saw that from the Kahu in the Rapid League game as well. A pass to the point guard right by the center court. Now, they were in the front court and they passed it back behind the center line. Which you can't do.
Bradley.
Oh, beautiful offense by the Hoiho. What a cut. What a setup by Bradley.
2 more to Zoe Richards. She has 10 points. Back to a 5-point game. It's funny, with Prechtel back out there, the Hoiho look a lot stronger, don't they?
Oh, definitely.
A lot more confident, and now they've got a turnover picked up by Richards. And there's a reach and foul. You say it's unsportsmanlike, but it's getting in that direction.
Richards took another tumble there. Talia Tupaia, she's got that heads-up defensive play. If she gets beat off the dribble, that's just her being smart and being in the position. That time she didn't get away with it, but she got away with it earlier in the game. The offense drives past her, and then she just swipes it out from behind without moving her feet. That time called for the foul, but that's a smart defensive play if you can get away with it.
Bradley, lovely pass. Prechtel's under the hoop there. And Bradley's missed a 3. Richards trying to hustle for the ball, and she's not going to pick it up as Milo got it. And now the Kahu. Now the Kahu up by 11 points at one stage. It's back to 5. There goes the 3-point attempt. There's Prechtel with those long arms grabbing the rebound.
Great rebound.
Bradley putting the foot down here. A real mess under the ball, and it's not going to be grabbed by Gallagher.
But you see the presence of 3 Hoiho under the basket, crashing those boards. That's exactly what they did in the first round. They just did it extremely well, rebounding that ball offensively and getting the second chance points. That's what they've got to do against this Kahu team. Try to catch them sleeping on the defensive rebounds.
Thomas now to Jason Tini. Oh, poor pass from Tini, picked off easily that time by the Hoiho as Bradley comes forward. Now a chance for the Hoiho again to cut this lead, perhaps down to 3. There's Prechtel. She's not going to miss from that range.
What a beautiful finding. Great use of her length. Finding that pass over the top. Paige Bradley, such a great point guard.
Gosh, it's been a real momentum shift game, hasn't it? Kahu up by 31-20 at one point in the second quarter. Now back come the Hoiho again, and there's Tupaia.
With the and one. Or was that a charge?
It was an offensive foul. And Hurst, it was the player going for a tumble.
I'm calling it now. I feel like Elise Hurst is going to be a silent assassin in this league. She just goes about her business. She's a solid player, and she'll knock down. So she's got a beautiful jump shot from behind the arc and inside. So I just look out for Elise Hurst. She's going to be the dark horse of this competition, I feel.
Paige Bradley coming down court now, the Texas-born player. Now Prechtel again. She'd love to get one of those one-on-ones. And there is the advantage. That sweet mid-range jumper.
So pretty. And again, I think now again we're just seeing these players here in the New Zealand League for the first time. And obviously, Amari Thomas loves the contact underneath. And we're seeing from Prechtel that she has the soft hands, that she can knock it down from anywhere. And obviously so can Thomas.
Well, that stops a 10-0 run that the Hoiho had. And it's 13 points to Thomas. So we've got a good game on our hands now, haven't we?
Yes,
Richards, she sucked them in there. And there's 2 points to Zoe Richards.
Zoe really taking advantage of this matchup right now against the younger Victoria. And she's doing well on defense, trying to work her way around her and intercepting the passes, but on offense as well. Catching Victoria sleeping a little bit on the cuts.
I almost fell there by Hurst. Now Thomas, 3-point attempts. There's a stray, and here's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley, look at the pace. Oh, just a little heavy with the layup, but Prechtel there was following up nicely.
And that's exactly what they need to do. They need to push that ball, especially with the size that they have on the floor. Use their speed.
Ashton Prechtel, it's come off her. Not convinced it was.
Hard to tell from this angle, but it might have been off of Prechtel, but pleading her case nonetheless.
It's always good to argue with the referee. Just don't get called for a foul. That's it, eh, Casey?
Yeah, that's it. That's the key.
Walk the fine line, but don't tumble.
Irritate them, don't piss them off.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Here comes the Kahu again. They're down by, or they're up by 1 at the moment. Now Thomas.
Oh, great cut.
And that is smashed out of Udaseki's hands, and now Prechtel's got it for the Hoiho. Oh, lovely steal. That was read right beautifully there to Tupaia, who gives it nicely. And the layup's not going to drop there for Tuaiti. So it's an open game at the moment as Hurst goes for 3. And how did that end up in a Hoiho's hands? I don't know. Now Prechtel, the game's loose at the moment, folks.
They're just playing ball right now. They're just free playing right now. Ball's going everywhere. Settle it down here for the Kahu. Try to get a good shot. For the Hoiho, try to get that steal and capitalize on this little run.
Tupaia. Inside it goes to Udaseki. Yeah, she did well there, but didn't seal it. Picked up nicely by Tini. And that left-handed shot is a foul, and she's going to the line to shoot another.
That'll be the 3rd on Prechtel. Great job by Ash to stay in there and just showing her veteran presence. She knows to stay on that play. She's going to get that second chance. Great offensive rebound and find by Jason Tenney. It all started with the steal from Talia Tupaia in transition to set that play up.
Timeout on the floor. Kahu up by 3. So Prechtel picks up her 3rd foul, and we saw some serious damage inflicted by the Kahu when she was off the court the first time, Casey.
Oh, absolutely. But hey, the 3rd foul, she's only halfway through her personal fouls that she can give. Not bad for a first half. And I think that's a beautiful introduction into this league. You keep the players on the floor a little bit longer, especially these import players that, you know, they're bringing the attention to the teams and they're just showcasing their talent. That's what you want to show to the people. You want to bring everyone in and see some exciting basketball, and having them off with 5 fouls, I think it just doesn't do it for me. You know, the 6th foul, that's a really good introduction to the league.
Well, Prechtel's going to sit down with 6 points, 3 personal fouls. Of course, doubleheader coming up here from Dunedin today, with the Nuggets hosting the Airs. If the Nuggets win that game, they're going to finish in second place.
Yep.
For the playoffs, and of course avoid that first round of the playoffs, go straight through to the semis with the Tuatara.
Yeah, how good would that be?
A lot on the floor coming up for the Nuggets a little bit later on today. Of course, the Hawks-Jets game, that's got some spice in it as well. Not only is it a Central North Island derby to end the season, but if the Hawks win that game, they will go into the top 6. And how good were they last week against the Tuatara? And now there's the 3-point play being completed by Urusiki. And now it is Kahu up by 4 with 2 minutes to play in this second period. Hope you join this Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa game, folks. Let's see what the Hoiho can do. Can they hang tough here without their star player? And there's an off-the-ball foul. It's a charge. Hurst picks it up.
Yeah. Oh, was it Hurst or was it O'Connell? I think O'Connell might have extended the elbow on that screen. Just too good of a screen, but right in front of the ref. They're going to call that every time.
Gina O'Connell had a good game in the Rapid League match for the Southern Hoiho. She's out there now, just 2 points, but 12 rebounds in 16 minutes of action. Pretty impressive. And another foul given up here by the Hoiho.
I think Reed is responsible for drawing about 6 or 7 player fouls for the Kahu, just by herself, dribbling the ball like she does in the open court. She draws you in and makes you get up nice and tight, and then she'll go into you just enough to make you foul her back.
It's the 6th time she's been fouled in the first half.
The 6th time.
6th time.
I called it 6 times.
Incredible stuff by Tera Reid. And now here she is at the line. She's been going great with the ball too. Thomas is the leading scorer in the game with 13. And now Reid equals that with 13 points as well.
So when you're guarding Tara, the way to beat that is to give her an initial bump when she takes that first dribble. Oh, and that's probably nice for Gallagher to get a foul on Tara, but you've got to give her an initial bump, not an obvious one, just an initial bump, and you can't bump her again after that. If you get that second bump, it's going to be a foul every single time. And Tara is a smart player, and she knows that, and that's why she's been so incredible on offense this game.
So here's Gallagher at the line. This is the first free throw. 10 points in the last game against the Tokomanoa Queens. She needs to heat up as well. She has 4 in this game now for her team, and here is more possession coming for the Southern Hoiho.
That's some great defense by Paige Bradley. She learned from her mistake the last time and didn't get that second foul.
Gonna be a timeout. Still tight, isn't it? Paige Bradley, a key player as well. That good play, touched on all those assists she got the other day. 11, Paige Bradley. She already has 4 in this game.
11's just 1 off the record of 12, right? 12 assists in the Tauihi last season. And she's got that ability to beat it every game, I think.
It's a 4-point game. Reid actually has 12 points, and it's Murray Thomas with 13. She's the leading scorer. Zoe Richards is the leading scorer for the Hoiho at the moment with 12. She's shooting at 83%. She just missed 1 shot.
That's pretty good. Pretty good numbers there from Richards. She's been so solid this game, both defensively. I mean, she's had a tough matchup with Amari Thomas underneath, obvious size difference. But then when she was matching up against Victoria, she did a great job reading the pass and using her speed and quickness to get around her.
Not only is she shooting great, but she's also picked up 7 rebounds in the game so far and 2 steals.
She is an all-around great player, Zoe Richards.
She's letting it rip in this one. But for her team to stay with the Auckland Bay side, they're going to need her to continue that all the way through the rest of this game, particularly too with Prechtel in a bit of foul trouble. And here's Bradley. 1:30 to play in this first half. Hurst, tough shot for her, easily blocked there by Tupaia, and here comes Reid. for the Kahu. Over across to Jason Tenia.
Oh, good defense.
Oh, wonderful work there from Jen O'Connell. And she's
Great
fouled
drive.
as well.
Beautiful defense.
Well, that was a real effort play from her.
Oh, absolutely. And for a big gal like herself to go coast to coast, what a great job. Got that steal underneath, used her foot speed, got down the floor and found herself at the TAB.
Well, we touched on her performance in the Sky Broadband Rapidly game. She was one of the stars in that contest earlier this afternoon. No doubt about it, is her first point. She didn't get any minutes against Tokomanawa in the main game the other night, so here is her first game this year. She doesn't get the second free throw, so it's a three-point game. Back to a three-point game. Kahu still leading. We have not led for some time.
Oh, beautiful play.
Since midway through that first quarter, and now they've got a chance to close it again.
Hey, that pass from the top of the wing, up there by half court from Tara, is such a difficult pass. However, it was made easier by the hands being down on the defensive side of things. When you're guarding Talia Tupaia, you've got to have a hand in her face and a hand ready to deflect the pass, because she can sling it anywhere.
She's a great player. So Hoiho doing much better now, with Krechtel not on the floor. It's Bradley puts one up from the free throw line, doesn't drop. Gets her own rebound, a little fortunate there, but you know, you make your own luck. Here's Bradley again. Shot clock down to 7. And a little foul there, not too much contact from Udaseki, but referees.
Yeah, when you reach with
that every time.
Yeah, when you reach with that inside hand across the body, that's going to be a foul every time. And she knew it, she called it. So, yep, I was reaching, my bad.
So Hurst goes to the line now. She's 3 points in the game now. This is good stuff by the Southern Hoiho to stay close here with their opponents. 4 points in the game for Hurst. So here is the last 30 seconds. Tupaia. Thomas looking to create space. And referees didn't like that one.
No, they did not. Again, that has been a point of emphasis, especially in the Sal's NBL, of not shifting out of your cylinder when you're setting that screen. You cannot push your hip out. You can't extend any part of your body. You can't shuffle your feet, because they're going to be calling that every single time, as it has been a point of emphasis from the referees.
Great to see Leanne Walker as well, coaching the Kahu, helping to coach the Kahu. What a player she was back in the day. Magnificent player.
You talk about the players for Kahu, but look at the coaching staff with Leanne Walker and Jodie Cameron, two of the best to do it in New Zealand. They couldn't ask for better mentors.
I remember once calling a game with Leanne Walker, and I said to her, "Right, here, your daughter's pretty decent. She'd be," and then I said, "This is when she's like very young."
Yeah.
And I said to her, "Oh, but I mean, she must be. She's going to have a hell of a job matching what you achieved." She goes, "She's way better than me, Glenn." So there you go. And both her daughters.
Yeah, both the daughters.
Players.
Unbelievable. Highly talented family.
Of course, we're going to see Krechtel suiting up for the Kahu soon, along with Penina Davidson in the test match. And again, I'm still shaking my head as to how good that Kahu team should be.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
All of their good players are available. You see Thomas there, you know, and this is the adjustment. You probably did as well when you came over, Casey, from the States. It's a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah.
To the way the game is officiated here.
Yeah.
That you've got to get used to, and fast.
Yeah, it's well, especially with this Tuihi League, there's not many games to play, so you have to be on your toes every single game and be ready to make those adjustments on the fly.
Let's see what. A little reach in by Reed.
That'll be your second foul on Tara.
Yeah, and it's going to be 11.2 seconds, so a chance here for just the Hoiho to hit the reset button on their play. Just a chance for them to take the lead. We were down by 11 earlier in this quarter. It's been a magnificent comeback here from them. They looked, for all money, looked like they were really going to struggle through this game. So it's but they put their hard hats on and they've got to work.
Well, and that's exactly it. It's a team of workhorses, this Southern Hoiho team. They know what it takes. They're going to fight tooth and nail to stay in this game. And it's the effort plays that are going to help them throughout the entire match.
We've got a tied ball game with 11.2 seconds to play. We're going to have a player timeout here. Sky City player timeout.
Who are they going to get it to in this Sky City player timeout?
Reed.
Yeah, I reckon Reed. She'll get the drive in or she'll get the shot. But Talia Tupaya, we saw her do it time and time again last season. If she gets that on-ball screen, she just keeps that dribble alive and finds a way, just drives in and then manages to get a shot off.
Well, Tupaya, Thomas and Reed are all scoring at more than 50%. So they've got some options. Teeny to inbound it. Tupaya's going to get it. Ooh, almost a half-court violation, almost fouls as well. Good D by the Hoiho there. Really put pressure on. Reed still going to get a shot up in time, is she? And they didn't. Excellent work by the Hoiho to keep the Kahu quiet on that last 10 seconds. That was really good work from them. And we have a very interesting second half coming up here in this game of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. The teams are locked up at 37-all at halftime. Half-time here in the second game of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa for 2023. And It's nice and tight, isn't it? 37 apiece between the Southern Hoiho and the Northern Kahu here from Dunedin. Hope you're enjoying the game. And, well, we've got two leading scorers there for the Kahu with Thomas and Reid going well. They're both in the double figures. Got to give a shout out to Zoe Richards, as we did during the second quarter. Not only is she scoring a lot of points, but she's working so hard off the ball as well, Casey.
Oh, absolutely. She's rebounding the ball extremely well and playing defense really well. When she's outmatched size-wise, she's doing a phenomenal job. As you see there, she's grabbed down 7 rebounds. Amari Thomas doing a fantastic job as well in her debut. 6 rebounds and, was it 13 points?
13 points.
13
She's
points.
having a very good game.
But again, you see the Hoiho rebounding the ball extremely well.
She almost was uncontested when Prechtel wasn't on the court. And Bradley going well with the assists again. Remember, she got double figures. The other was 11 assists. Was it 12 assists? 11 assists.
11 assists.
In game one, so 15 across 2 games already. It's not too bad.
Not too bad at all. But again, Kahu looking like they're distributing the ball extremely well as well.
Just a block each in the game. Prechtel, for me, is going to be the big wild card in this game. What impact after sitting out a lot of the first half due to foul trouble? She's only played 12 minutes. It's going to be interesting. If she can stay, clean, so to speak, Asen, this could be a big up for the Hoiho.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how quickly the momentum shift when she came back onto the floor. They were down 11, and then all of a sudden, they were back into it. So if she can stay on the floor, the Hoiho will have a great chance.
Just a reminder, too, we have 2 more games coming today of hoops action, both in the Cells NBL, the Nuggets and the Airs coming up straight after this game, and the Hawks-Jets game coming up a little later on from Napier. So there we are, half-time. We'll be back for the second half of this game here between the Hoiho and the Kahu. Stay with us. Action continuing in just a moment here from Dunedin. Thank you for staying with us. It's 37 all. Hoiho and the Kahu. It's not too far away from the start of the third quarter here in Dunedin. Got a little crowd building up to double header coming. Of course, the Nuggets and the Airs coming in themselves in the out. Reminding you that the Nuggets win that game, they'll finish second. Join the Tuatara as the two teams that will bypass the first round of the playoffs. And the next four teams, pretty much knockout, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're only a few days away from finals for 2023 at Truss Arena. Coming up on the 20th. And that's coming up in just 5 days' time. Should be a terrific end to the season. We've got a few games to go before we get there. As I touched on those two tonight between the Nuggets and the Airs and the Hawks and the Jets. Top scorer in the game here so far is Zoe Richards with 13 and Thomas with 13, and all eyes on Prechtel. She played just 12 minutes in the first half, is on 3 personal fouls. She got 37 minutes against the Tokomanawa Queens, 25 points, 21 rebounds, and she looms as a big wild card.
Yeah, absolutely. Her presence is key for this Hoiho team. Now, if you're the Hoiho, you probably want to match somebody else on Thomas just in case Prechtel gets another cheap foul underneath, because that's exactly what they're going to try to do. If Prechtel's guarding Thomas, they're going to get that ball inside to her, and they're going to let her go to work to try to draw a 4th foul from Prechtel. So in order to keep her in the game, I reckon you've got to keep her off Thomas.
Well, you put Jen O'Connell on her then, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Jen or what's her name?
Sophie Adams.
Yep. Yes, Sophie Adams, because she did a great job with her underneath. But Thomas is just, she's a tough ask for anyone to guard. She's so strong underneath, and she uses her body extremely well. And the Kahu, they're going to do a great job of getting that ball into her. And she's shown that she can shoot from outside. She's not scared to shoot the ball either. So not only is she a threat underneath, but you've got to watch her stretching the floor as well.
Those long arms. You know what? I think we were anticipating and kind of licking our lips with the matchup, one-on-one match. We've got a couple of opportunities between Prechtel and Thomas, but they're very different inside players, aren't they?
Completely different. One is brute, bulldozing strength, and the other is a finesse, stretch you out, take you, dribble you down, shoot a fadeaway shot. And I'd like to see Prechtel get a little bit more physical, but I'm not sure if that's really her style of play. But it'll be an exciting matchup for the rest of the half.
It sure will. Zoe Richards, keep your eye on her. What a wonderful first half from her. Fantastic all-round performance, both ends of the court. Gallagher's smiling away. Good positive vibe in this Hoiho. And of course, they'll leap out to 7 points on the competition table if they win this contest, having won the Rapid League game earlier today by 30 points to 17.
I mean,
in fact, hang on, I better get that score right. 33 to 20.
33 to 20. I mean, defeating the top 2 finishing teams from the previous season is a pretty solid start for the Hoiho if they can accomplish it.
See, well, look at all the space there for Gallagher. And the Hoiho take the lead for the first time since midway through the first quarter.
And that was a great drive, great recognition. Just a little bit slow on the defensive side of things for Tinney, but great job by Gallagher to recognize and take it all the way.
Gallagher has 6 points. Remember, the Kahu led by 31 to 20. Not long into the second quarter. Tie the shot clock down to 2 seconds. Reed gets it away just in time. A little sluggish there, the Kahu, as we see Hurst come down court. Gets a screen from Prechtel. Richards, there she is, hustling away off the left hand.
Beautiful job. Great job by Zoe Richards to stay on that play, to fight her way in and finish with the left hand.
She goes to 15 and is the leading scorer in this game. And the Kahu start off slowly with the Hoiho getting 4 points, and now they've turned it over again, the Northerners.
Yeah, Talia has really got to watch that, because if she's drawing that much attention on her offensive screens this early. It's going to be a problem for her all season. Didn't even try to hide it. She pushed her bum out there and extended her hip, and that's going to be a foul every time, especially with that being a point of emphasis this season.
Well, Tupaia, Thomas and Reed now have 3 fouls each. So that's another little note to a statistical category just to keep our eye on down this game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get any sort of cheap fouls against those top players, you're going to give yourself a much better chance to win this game.
Here's Reed. 3-pointer doesn't fall. Picked up by Paige Bradley. And away she comes, the American. Gets a screen there from Richards. Here's Prechtel down low, and that's 2 easy points for her. That is Meal, and she's going to eat that up.
She got a little bit physical on that one, but I don't think Tara was fighting her too much on that.
She can't. She's on 3 personal fouls, and there goes Tupaia drawing a foul on Gallagher.
Keller tried to help her up. Talia didn't want a bar of it.
Tupaia's actually got 4 fouls. That last foul that she considers her 4th personal foul.
Wow.
Not her 3rd. So Tupaia's on 4, Thomas on 3, Reed on 3 at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how Jodie Cameron kind of negotiates that early in the 3rd quarter. And they're all out there at the moment too, Casey.
I mean, Talia is a smart enough player. You can leave her on the floor. She knows when not to foul.
Well, she missed both free throws there. So the Kahu still haven't scored in this 3rd quarter just yet as Prechtel comes down court. Now Richards. Prechtel gives it back to Hurst. And it's rebounded there by the Kahu. And away comes point guard, and it's not converted by Tuaiti. And here comes Bradley, stretching the legs out again, gives it to Gallagher, and there goes 2 more, and it's a foul on Thomas. And it's going to be Samara Gallagher going to the line to shoot. And 1 from the TAB.
And that'll be 4 fouls on Thomas as well. So you've got Thomas on 4.
We talked about Prechtel and the challenges that Todd Marshall had with Prechtel getting into early foul trouble. Now it's completely flipped to the other team, isn't it?
You've got Talia on 4, you've got Jason Tenney on 2, you've got Thomas on 4, Tara on 3, and that's a lot of their starters in foul trouble.
Yeah, the only starter that doesn't have a personal foul is Tuaiti, who has none. Oh, yeah, 13 fouls conceded by the Kahu, just 1 by a bench player.
Well, then you got on the other side of things, Prechtel's still on 3, Gallagher only on 2, as well as Bradley, and then everybody else seems to be pretty safe on the foul side of things. Sophie Adams has 2, Tyler Mitchell has 2, but again, those 2 pretty safe.
Here's a stat for you too. The Kahu have been stuck on 37 points since 1 minute 52 to play in the 2nd quarter.
Well, that's a great job by the Hoiho, shutting them down.
They led 37 to 32 at that stage, the Kahu. So the Hoiho at the moment on a 13-point run.
And that's exactly what they're going to need to do against the Kahu team. They need to relish in those leads and try to extend them even more, because you've got a stacked Kahu team that has the ability to bring this game right back.
So there's been some massive runs in this. That 13-0 run's the biggest in the game for the Hoiho. Earlier, of course, the Kahu were on a 9-point run. So it's been a game of big momentum shifts as Gallagher can't convert the 3-point play. Well, let's see if the Kahu can stop this run now with Reed coming down court. Thomas still out there.
Oh, great defense by Gallagher.
Oh, and that was Tuaiti almost losing the ball there. And Tupaia now settles it down with 7 on the shot clock. Trying to work off Hurst. And Tupaia, that's all class right there.
A great finish, great drive. Using that screen well, getting into the paint and getting that nice finish.
Well, they went icy cold for 5 playing minutes. Yeah, the Kahu, that's finally ended now with that layup. It's Bradley. Here's Hurst. Kicking it back to Zoe Richards, who's got 3-pointers in this game, and she's driven to the basket really well as well. Offensive rebound, 2 more for Zoe Richards.
That's just what you can't allow to happen. You can't let the same player that took that layup get her own rebound, but a great job by Richards to, again, stick with that play and get the offensive rebound. And unfortunately...
Is that a double dribble?
It must have been a double dribble by Eliana. Great pressure by Paige Bradley there.
Well, it's all going the Hoiho's way at the moment.
Prechtel,
lovely pass. Prechtel didn't get the layup and now is fouled, rebounding the ball, and it's gone on Reed. Another starter, another foul.
And that's her 4th foul. And look at this wraparound pass from Gallagher and a beautiful cut. Just couldn't get that finish for Prechtel. And stuck with it, and Tara just gave her too much contact, knocked her off. And we're back to the Hoiho possession.
Prechtel off the inbound pass. Is it going to roll in? It will. Off the front of the hoop. She has 10 points now. Does Ashton Prechtel.
Shooter's touch on that last one. She'll be glad to see that one go in.
Lead out to 10. It's extraordinary, isn't it? Biggest lead the Kahu have had is 11. What a turnaround here as we see Tupaia. And she gets a foul that time. Now one might go on Zoe Richards. It also might have gone on Hurst.
I think it was on Zoe Richards.
Yeah, Richards. What a force she's been in the game.
Absolutely. She has been the glue for this Hoiho team. She's been there the whole time. Rebounding well, shooting extremely well, shooting 77% all around. Only 66% from the free throw line, but hope to see those numbers go up as the game goes on.
Well, she's got one of her 2 3-pointers as well. As we see Talia Tupaia go back to the line here. And now these free throws from the TAB absolutely critical. She has 12 points. Lead is back to 9. Bradley. Here's Hurst. Hurst just steps back for a 3-pointer and nails it.
She'll be glad to see that one go down. She's been struggling from behind the arc this game, but like I said earlier, and I'll stand by it, she's got, Paige Bradley with the steal and the finish.
Wow, it's timeout time surely now for Jodie Cameron, and some full court pressure coming from the defense too. Here's Bradley almost stealing it again. And there's a little reach and foul. That was really unfortunate for Paige Bradley.
Just look at the hustle, the determination of Bradley on the defensive side of things. She's working her tail off, applying that full court pressure extremely well. And that's something that you want to have from your point guard. You want them to be extremely active when they're, well, Cowboys on the floor. You want them to be active on both ends of the floor, especially defensively, to try to put pressure on this Kahu team.
Here's Tupaia. Reed looking inside here for Thomas.
And the block, the rejection from Gallagher. Great defense. Unbelievable play. Everything going in the direction of the Hoiho at the moment. Kahu just seemed a little bit lost.
And I like the fact they've done exactly what you suggested they should have done at half time there. They've not put Prechtel on Thomas. They've put Gallagher on.
Yep. Gallagher's just a great defender, and she can guard anybody. And she's smart. She knows not to foul. And I think that's a great... Oh, they do have Prechtel on Thomas.
Maybe. We'll see if it switches out. It didn't on the last play. Here goes the 3-point attempt from Tupaia, not dropping. And Richards, loose ball rebound for her. What a performance here from the Hoiho to turn around this 11-point deficit. They are just nailing it at the moment. Prechtel. Richards back to Prechtel.
Is that going to be a travel?
Looks like she took a little step.
Yeah, she might have lifted that foot before she got going. But again, we see Prechtel really loves that outside jumper, doesn't she? When she gets that ball from the top of the key, she's going to pull up rather than bully it down.
That was a overcooked shot, and now Prechtel with that rebound. She got over 20 rebounds in that last game against Tucumano. That's her 8th of this game. Gallagher looking inside for the tall Prechtel. She's got it now. Tupaia marking up on her at the moment. There's a little pass into Caitlin O'Connell. Couldn't nail it. And Richards. All energy again. Zoe Richards to get the offensive rebound as Hurst puts up the 3.
And again, the hustle play from the Hoiho, just crashing the boards.
Hurst with another 3-pointer attempt, and it's taken this time by Tamilo. And now the Kahu finally get their hands on the ball.
Fortunately for them, Hurst is missing her 3-pointers at the moment, but getting plenty of opportunities to knock them down. I think that's going to be on Zoe Richards again. Too physical on defense, but I'm loving her play at the moment. She has been so present working her tail off on both ends of the floor. As you can see, she is holding this Hoiho team together.
It's her third foul. But remember, 6 personal fouls is the foul outline in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa games. Now Thomas. A little reach in there by Caitlin O'Connell. She's going to pick up a foul there. That's her first foul.
Again, not a bad foul, but again, that's 2 back-to-back fouls that you probably don't need to give away at the moment. Just kind of stopping your own team's momentum. You just got to play smarter on defense and not give them multiple chances at the TAB.
So it's going to be Reed to go to the line. Hasn't scored in the second half until now. That's her 13th point. Join the TAB, deposit $10, get a free $50 bonus bet. Go to tab.co.nz. Bet responsibly, folks, as Reed nails the second free throw. She has 14 points. And still a 12-point margin here for the Hoiho. Home team, remember, looking to start the season perfectly here with 2 wins in a row. Throw in that 1 point on the competition table from that rapidly game, and it's starting to look pretty good at the moment.
That's just heads-up offense from the Hoiho. A great backdoor cut, recognizing the mismatch on defense and getting that shot, that easy 2-pointer from Hurst.
And there she is, stealing the ball now, Hurst. Hurst has 9 points in the game. Could be 12.
She wants
it is
that
12
3-ball.
points.
What a shot from Hurst. What a pull-up. Rewarded herself for working her tail off on defense and got that 3. She's got 2 on the game now. Like, Kahu just need an answer back.
It's not clicking for them at all of a sudden, isn't it? Tamilo is still out there. Reed has it. Can't get the ball inside to Thomas at the moment. She's been tightly marked. And here comes O'Connell. Thomas hardly touched the ball in the second half. Here's Prechtel. Lost it. Almost got it back, but Thomas has it for the Kahu.
Great hands there by Ratoria, recognizing Prechtel had her back to her and just stuck her hand in there enough to get that turnover.
Martini's lost it. Ambitious pass as O'Connell shut the lane down, and it's Zoe Richards. Gets it back from... Oh, there's 2 points. No, it's missed actually from Prechtel. I can see Roberts here is back out there now for the Hoiho.
I think Richards wanted Robert Hare to take that shot. I don't think she was expecting it to come back to her.
Thomas, wide open in the corner is Tini. She's missed the 3-pointer. Thomas, lovely offensive rebound and soft hands. Helps herself to 2 points. She has 15.
Yeah, great job by Thomas to stick with that play. She just used her body well, knocked Prechtel off the ball, and got that offensive rebound. Again, that's what the Kahu need to do. Off the misses, you've got to crash the boards.
O'Connell goes for 3. Just a touch short, and there's a good rebound by Thomas. 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. There's Tupaya's got a foul out of O'Connell again.
Yeah, and Tupaya has that ability as well. Between her and Tara, they've got that ability to drive in and draw the foul. Again, O'Connell thought she was in a good position, but just enough of a bump to draw that foul. Again, Tupaya finding herself at the TAB.
Tamilo's going to check out, and in comes Udaseke.
Tupaya only shooting 25% from the line tonight.
Yeah, she's only got 1 from 4.
I think that's uncharacteristic for her. Normally she's pretty on the free throw line.
She averaged, remember, last year 18 points per game. Was the MVP of the league. And now she has 10 in this game. Kahu needs stops to close out this third quarter. Bradley looking for Prechtel. Here comes Richards. Bradley, shot clock down to 6. Oh, another off the ball foul. Looks like it's gone on to IT. Yes, it has. It was Rangi Brown who picked up that foul, who's out there now, number 20.
I think it was on to IT.
Let's see if the Hoiho can take advantage here. Bradley. Kicking it out here. Oh, she stood on the sideline there, did Caitlin O'Connell, so it's going to be Kahu ball.
And good for the Kahu. Great defensive stop. Got them to turn the ball over. Now can they capitalize? Try to close this gap even more before the fourth quarter.
Rangi Brown back to IT. Now to Paya. Sheen Reed looking to get something to Paya. Lovely little soft shot, but she got the ball beautifully away there from Gracie Roberts here. And now Tupaya helps herself to 2 more, and she goes to 11 for the game.
And that's just a toughness play by Tupaya. She missed that shot, probably frustrated she missed it, and she stuck with it, ripped it right out of O'Hare's, who was it? Whose hands was it?
Yeah, it was Roberts' hair.
Roberts' Hare's hands. Got the finish. Hoiho probably glad to find themselves at the TAB as they've had a couple of stalls on the last offensive plays.
Well, here is Paige Bradley at the line. She's having another great all-round game. 8 points, but she's really been influential in the game with 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Paige Bradley and Prechtel look like very good pickups.
Oh, absolutely. Her presence on defense is enough to create havoc for the other team. As you can see, when she's pressuring that ball full court, it puts a lot of pressure on the Kahu.
Richards was making a nuisance of herself up
and
here.
There she goes again with the pressure.
Bradley with the steal. What a wonderful game from her. It's her 3rd steal of the contest, and they're going to have more possession here.
Yeah, I think she was trying to go to Prechtel there, but I think the pass to O'Hare, Hare in the corner would have been a better 1-2 punch into Prechtel.
Here's Bradley. Lovely pass into Prechtel under the hoop. Wants that foul, and she gets it.
Prechtel really looking like she doesn't want a lot of contact underneath there. She'd rather fade away to hit that shot, but she takes one more step into the defense. She'll have a better chance of finishing this one. Again.
Good composure by Prechtel there.
Yep, she caught that ball a little off balance. Able to find herself at the TAB.
Prechtel this is the first time she's gone to the line in this game.
Just such a lovely shot. Great rotation on the ball.
Preserves this healthy lead here for the Hoiho. She has 12 points in the game now, the American Prechtel. Just over 30 seconds to play in this 3rd quarter. Tupaya squeezing between those 2 defenders really well.
Oh.
And creating space for herself beautifully there. Tupaya's going back to the line to shoot a couple.
It's a tough task carrying a team, but I feel like that's what she's taken upon herself. She knows that she's got to be more present. She's got to try to create some more offense for the Kahu at the moment, who are struggling a bit. Just kind of dribbling the ball around the outside, doing a couple handoffs, not really penetrating the defense, but Talia there splitting the D and getting in, and again finding herself back at the line.
13 points in the game for Tupaya. This has been a magnificent quarter for the Hoiho. And so Tupaya gets to 14 in the game now. Thomas leading the scoring for the Kahu with 15. Leading the game high is Zoe Richards with 17. This is Caitlin O'Connell. Working hard. Backup point guard. And here comes a shot. Lovely drive to the hoop there. And it is Gracie Roberts here with 2 points.
What a beautiful drive there by Roberts Hare. She split the D and then got that finish, that little floater right over the top. Excellent quarter by the Hoiho so far.
They have outscored the Northern Kahu by 15 in that quarter. Remember, it was 37 all at halftime. It's now 65-50 at 3-quarter time. Well, this is a great performance from the Southern Hoiho. They're in the box seat as we closing on the last quarter of this Kahu Basketball Aotearoa match. And there's the offer this week from Sal's. That offer valid until the middle of next week. And that's their code block for either one of those two pizzas. Big job coming up here for the Kahu, who led by 11 midway through the second quarter. Now they trail by 15. A 26-point turnaround in this match. Extraordinary. Let's see what they can cook up here. The Kahu, as we see Thomas trying to create space on Adams. Does a great job there, Thomas. Doesn't drop for the three-point play.
Almost got the and one. I love the defense by Adams, just leaning a little bit too far forward. She's got to get her butt down and keep those feet moving, not lean into Thomas so much. And she'll be able to get away with that. But on that one, great job by Thomas, recognizing the contact and drawing the foul.
16 points here to Thomas. University of Connecticut and UCLA is where she went. Over here in New Zealand for the first time. Great life experience, isn't it, for players to come over to New Zealand, as you well know, Kaysen.
Oh, yeah. You come over here, you never leave.
Here is Prechtel with a three. Oh, that's a big basket right there.
Great shot by Prechtel. She'll be happy to see that one go in. Oh, Hoiho might have got away with a foul there. And they got the ball back. They did get the ball back.
Look at Gallagher. She's just loving it.
Oh, yeah. She's so smiley. I love it. Love to see people happy on the court.
That was Prechtel's first three of the game, by the way, that one. She'd been 0 from 3 before that from beyond the arc. Here she is again. Inside it goes to Adams. Nice move from Adams.
What a phenomenal move by Adams. Great use of the pivot foot. Got Tarai off her defensively and then drove it to the hoop.
Good to see Adams stepping up. She has experience, of course, in the old New Zealand League with Canterbury and the Otago Gold Rush. And she's now mixing it nicely in this, of course, quality-driven Basketball Aotearoa League.
I love it. She is stepping up to the task.
19-point margin. Unbelievable.
We've got to remember this Kahu squad is missing a few of its key players who are away at the moment, but this is giving the other players a chance to step up and get their feet a little bit adjusted to this league.
There's some real quality coming back into this Kahu team, remember. Crystal Ledger-Walker, Panina Davidson, and Tess Madgen, the Opals captain, the Australian captain, Olympian Tess Madgen. And of course, she scored 14 points against the Tall Ferns in the Asia Cup recently, which in that third and fourth place playoff match.
Yeah, that's a steal for the Kahu. They've got a completely stacked team. Be interesting to see how it shakes out this season with such a star-studded lineup.
Well, that's all to come. It's a tantalizing little scenario coming for us to enjoy. Oh, great pass to Prechtel, and that's off her, unfortunately. Ashlyn Prechtel couldn't seal that one to help herself to two more.
Yeah, that was a great play. Just couldn't get that finish. Great pass in. Let's see if the Kahu have an answer back for this Hoiho, who's absolutely dominating at the moment.
Righty, Rangi Brown still out there, and Reed and Fire. Now Thomas, drive into the hoop, kicks it out to Tera Reed, who nails that one for two more. She has 17 points.
That was a great shot. Good find by Thomas. I thought she was going to take that one in, but she found Tara in the corner. A great finish.
Prechtel. Adams couldn't grab the ball, and here comes Duaiti. Rangi Brown. Still out there to Paya. Ooh. And, ooh, it's a charge, was it?
No, I think that's a call on Hurst.
Yeah.
Interesting call there. I'd like to see the replay. Here we go. TJ Gardner-Holmes replay. I don't have a comment on that one.
Well, I think we know what you mean there.
No comment.
Duaiti. Here's Thomas. Rangi Brown's lost it, and Gallagher doing what she does best. Practical with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled there by Rangi Brown.
Those are always the hardest to make, the ones where you know you should make it, you get the steal, you're all by yourself in the open. As you see here, Gallagher pushing the ball well, and then just got a little tap on the head. Maybe that threw her off, but Prechtel there to clean it up.
And win the foul, of course. Something happening off court here. Referees have clarified whatever they needed to clarify. As we see O'Connell back out there now too for the Hoiho. Lovely play from Caitlin O'Connell, and she's fouled taking that shot. Who's that gone on to, player?
Maybe Reed?
Oh, if it's gone on either, it'll be their 5th foul.
Oh, good thing they've got 6.
That's correct. Might need every single one of them in this game too, Kaysen.
Hey, great job by O'Connell to stick with that drive. She realized she was shut down going to the left and spun back to the right and drew that foul. Again, the Hoiho doing a much better job getting into the paint in this second half.
O'Connell misses her first, her 2 free throws. The Hoiho still have a big margin, just under 8 to play. Rangi Brown again. To Paya. There's Thomas, that's good play. Ooh, it was rejected though by Gallagher, and here she comes down court. Gallagher has had some big plays in the game, including that pass right there.
What a great combination there. Gallagher with the block, gets it down the floor and finds Prechtel in transition. Great finish by Prechtel.
Prechtel hardly troubled the scorers in the first half. She's now rocketed up to be equal top scorer with Zoe Richards for the Hoiho with 17 points each.
Yeah, you know, she's not going to be scoreless. She's never going to be scoreless unless she's injured. So Prechtel doing a great job getting those finishes. Again, I know it's not as easy as it was for her in the first round, but again, she's doing a great job sticking with it, working her tail off and getting those easy opportunities.
Well, bad news for the Kahu. Bradley's back out there. Here's Gallagher looking for Prechtel inside. No, lane open that time, and she's taken steps. Must have just moved the toenail just a fraction.
Just the toenail. Just the tip of the toenail. Just enough.
Well, 4 players on 4 fouls now for the Kahu. Tipaya, Thomas, Reed, Tuaiti. Reed's taking a seat on the bench for the meantime. Sitting down with 19 points.
Oh.
Pass. Here's Thomas. Mid-range jumper's no good. And here's Richards with the rebound. It's her 10th of the game. She's got a double-double now. And there's Hurst. This will be a killer.
Oh, the 3-point assassin from behind the arc. Great find. What a job knocking it down in transition. Elise Hurst.
Now the biggest lead of the game now for Hoiho. 21 points. The Kahu, remember, we're on 37 at halftime, and they've only added 17 points since.
They're just looking a little bit panicked up on the 3-point line on offense, just kind of doing a dribble weave, handoff to one another, expecting one another to do the work, you know. Apart from this lady right here, she's doing a great job getting into the paint. But I like to look for more action inside for the guards. Try to fight their way in and then look for the kick out. But that weave around the top is proving to be quite easy to guard for this Hoiho team.
Well, that was a foul on Zoe Richards. That's her 4th personal foul. Fabulous game. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals for Zoe Richards.
Yeah, she's been unbelievable this game. Just solid all around.
Well, that is 2 free throws there to Udaseki. Interesting, isn't it? How many free throws the Kahu have got? Remember, they scored 54 points in the game. Yeah. And if that's 24 free throws.
Yeah, well, compared to the Hoiho, they've got 20 free throws. So
yeah, that's a much higher percentage in the Kahu. So what is that in the Kahu score? And it's closing on just under 50% of their points.
Yeah, and That's exactly right. They're doing a great job getting it inside, but not good enough as the Hoiho are capitalizing on the three-point plays in transition. And they just look like a more cohesive unit at the moment. Kahu just looking a little bit disheveled, trying to figure each other out, you know, and again, that foul's on Hurst. I think that's her third or fourth.
This is their third personal foul, yeah. The shooting percentage, 15 from 45 from the Kahu. That's 33%. That's not good enough, is it?
That's not good enough, especially against this Hoiho squad. So you'll see here, Natalia, great job. Rejects the screen here, and then draws the foul. Just too aggressive on defense there. I don't mind it, though, because that's how you've got to play her like that. You can't give her any easy looks. If you give her any space, she's going to blap a three in your face. If you get too far into her, obviously she's going to draw the foul, but that's the type of defense you need to play on a player with as Talia Tupaia.
Well, and just to re-emphasize that point, Tupaia's only got 4 field goals in the match.
Yeah.
And she has 16 points, so there's a lot of free throws on her scorecard.
Yeah.
7 of them now for Tupaia.
And how many does Reed have? I know Reed's been living at the line a little bit. She's 10 for 13.
And she's got 19 points in the game. It's a lot of free throws going down for the Kahu. They just can't get those 2-pointers, 3-pointers to drop. Bradley with shot clock pressure now. 3-pointer. And they're trying to win it with Adams, but it's fallen here for the Kahu. Good ball skills there by Rangi Brown to come forward here for the Kahu. Now Tupaia. To give her a screen, and she's lost it cold there, and it's picked up, and that's a frustration play, I think, right there from Tupaia.
Definitely a frustration play. Adams, again, she is so pesky on defense. I love her energy, and she just got a hand in there and was able to get that turnover from Tupaia. And Tupaia, again, just letting the heat of the moment get to her and doing that ticky-tack foul that they call it a coach killer, because right in front of the coach is like, why are you doing that? Just get back on D. But you can sense the frustration in that foul.
Look at the body language there of Jodie Cameron. She's bitterly disappointed with how this game's unfolded.
No, absolutely. And I know you have to consider the fact that you don't have 3 of your key players. They're not there at the moment. However, you're only as good as the depth of your bench. You want your bench to be as good or nearly as good as those star players.
Now, I know it's only one game, but what do you reckon has been the impact of the Hoiho actually having a game under their belt coming into this game? You know, a bit more match hardened?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's always nervous going into it. Unfortunately, in this league, you don't have the luxury of a lot of games to get comfortable and get your footing. It's quick. It's a quick league.
I think the fact that the Hoiho went up to Wellington and won that game gives them some confidence heading into this game.
Oh yeah, it was really cool to see how well they gelled straight away. And again, we talk about it. Paige Bradley just got off the plane that day, met her teammates that day, and then dished out 11 assists. So, you know, it's exciting to watch. She also had a double-double. 3 of them had double-doubles, and they all contributed in their own way. They had people doing the 1% things that a lot of people don't like to do, like this hustle play, getting that offensive rebound. Talia Tupaia not happy with Adams there. Look for her to drive and try to get herself to the TAB again.
Adams has fouled her. So she's going to go to the line to shoot a couple, does Tupaia.
Yeah, with a player like Tupaia, if she's frustrated, she's going to go and get hers. You know, you piss her off enough, she's going to come right back and stick it to you, for lack of better terms.
Frustrating game for the Kahu on many levels. I think that look says it all right there from Talia Tupaia. She's probably thinking, why can't I actually get away from this free throw line today? I've been sucked into the TAB line the whole game.
But hey, it's a free point, so you want to be solid from the TAB. It's good practice for the rest of the season.
She's 9 from 12 from the free throw line now in this game. And Reed is 10 from 13, as we touched on earlier.
Well, with the induction of that 6th personal foul, you're going to see a lot of time spent at the TAB as Tara gets that ball back.
Prechtel's just lost her poise there and conceded another foul. That's her 5th foul. In fact, her 4th foul now.
It's so tempting to get that. You just want to slap right on it. It's right in front of you. You want to go right down on that ball, but you can't. You've got to keep the palms up and go from underneath. That'll be a foul every time.
So the Kahu are in the bonus as Reed gets yet another free throw. And they just got to keep believing here. As Reed goes to 21 points in the game. Last year, she averaged 10.4 points per game, so she's well above her season's average. And the Kahu have got to still keep believing here.
Oh yeah, there's still a lot of time.
Luring fouls out of the Hoiho. You know, this league can come back pretty fast. Get a couple of threes, you know, hello, it's down to single digits again pretty quickly.
Exactly. There's so much time left in this game, and you've got a talented Kahu squad with the ability to do exactly that. Chip away at this lead, keep attacking. You're already in the bonus. Just keep getting that ball inside and chip away. Obviously, it's working right now.
Well, we're just 5 days away from Sel's NBL Finals for 2023, all going down at the Truss Arena in Henderson, West Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau. We know pretty much all of the teams that are going to be competing. Still not quite done yet. Reminding you that the Nuggets face the Airs straight after this game. The Nuggets win that, they're going to finish 2nd. If they drop it, they're going to finish 3rd. And the Hawks beat the Jets later on today from Napier. The Hawks will finish inside the top 6, which is a pretty decent effort given their woeful home record earlier on in the year.
It's a pretty shocking home record from the beginning of the year.
But that hey, win over the Tuatara last week, which we called Kaysen, I mean, that might just, I don't know, they might, it'll be interesting to see if they can kick on from that.
Yeah, I mean,
get hot and streaky, you never know.
Exactly. This is the point of the season that matters the most. The business end of the season.
4 minutes 18 to play. Bradley inside to Prechtel. Here's Hurst. Up they go for the rebound. It's nicely gathered there by Rangi Brown, and she's off to the races. Now she slaps the anchors on, and Tupaia has 18 points in the game. Trying to cook up something here. Again, she's looking hesitant all of a sudden. She does have that sweet outside shot though, doesn't she?
She is so good off the dribble. That pull-up is money. I love that from Talia Tupaia.
She has 20 in the game. Now Richards did well to salvage it there for Bradley. And now Richards takes up position in the corner. And Tupaia's got the rebound.
A couple empty possessions for the Hoiho. It gives the Kahu a chance. The lead's only 11.
Reed now. Again, it's reaching the point now where the Kahu need to score from pretty much every possession. As Tupaia looks to go one-on-one again, and she nails 2 more there.
She's got such a sweet release. It's always in the pocket, ready to go.
Oh, and there is a foul on Gallagher. So the Kahu getting some calls going their way. I tell you what, Tupaia would have been really nervous right there. She's on 5 fouls. She would have been nervously looking at the referee right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to, if you're the Hoiho, you have to recognize who's on 5 fouls. Talia Tupaia. Try to get her out of the game. Who's she guarding? Get the ball to her, go to work, try to get her out of this game, because she is single-handedly bringing the Kahu back into this game.
22 points. There's a steal, a vital one. Good hustle there from Rangi Brown. It's a jump ball. And who's that? Got to be the Hoiho ball.
Oh, great defense there by Rihanna. She got on the ground, scrapping, tried to get it away. I think they might have called the jump ball a little bit early, because I don't think there was a Hoiho hand on that ball enough to call a jump ball. Just an early whistle there. I would have liked to see that play out.
Richards back to Bradley. Prechtel trying to take up position in the key, not getting the ball. Now Gallagher.
Oh, great defense
by Otoseki, and now here's Gallagher again. And there's a foul in the scramble for the loose ball. Has it just gone out? It's going to be Kahu ball regardless.
Is that going to be a foul?
Looked like it was a foul. The referee seemed to blow the whistle before the ball was out.
Not exactly sure what the call is here, but See if I have a comment on it or not.
Well,
love to see a replay.
Kahu's going down to shoot some ball. Hello, is it a technical foul, was it? Seki, it is at the line here, shooting free throws. She gets 2 free throws. No, it was just a foul from the Hoiho. So the lead, though, this is the critical point now. It's down to 7.
Yeah, and it's all come from defense. Ash came in the game and got 2 massive stops defensively, and just like that, we're back within 7.
Biggest lead of the game. Hoiho had 21-point lead. 14-point game there for the Kahu. Bradley. And it's rebounded, touched by Prechtel. It's off her, out of court. It's more Kahu possession with 2 to play.
Yeah, she just slippery hands underneath there for the Hoiho. Again, they're playing a little bit nervous. They're realizing their lead is slipping away ever so slightly, and they are playing to those conditions. You cannot succumb to that. You have to try to get back to the game that you were playing early on.
Little reach and foul. Little reach and foul's going to send Tupaia back to the TAB.
That's a little foul that you don't want to do, especially against a player like her. And just like that, she's got how many free throws this game?
Well, I think Prechtel has just fouled out of the contest with her 6th foul. So that is a big moment in the match. So it's down with 17 points and 12 rebounds. And Tupaia just keeps chipping away with these free throws. Extraordinary.
I mean, you called it earlier on. If they were in the bonus early on, it's still down by 14. And like you said, you just keep chipping away, keep getting yourself to the free throw line, and just like that, you're within 5.
5-point margin with under 2 to play. And the big name player out of the game, Bradley. Gallagher trying to get the screen from Adams. Big miss there, but it's fortunately rebounded here for Hurst. Richards. Worst, they need to soak up a bit of time. Hurst smashed there by Rangi Brown. And that is a big moment right there.
Yeah, that is. Rangi Brown has great defense. Sometimes overly aggressive, but she knows how to play well on defense. Just a little bit of a reach there. However, she's not going to back down from anybody. Great job by Hurst to keep her composure there, find herself at the TAB, and try to extend this lead. I think Hoiho are settling a bit with those outside shots. At this stage in the game, you've got to use the clock. You've given up a huge lead, and now every possession you've got to use the clock wisely and get a better shot.
Hurst has 16 with that second free throw miss. Now Reed. Tupaia off the ball is hammered. Oh, bit risky pass. Lovely play right there. What a basket there from Reed.
Beautiful offense from the Kahu. Had a great cut to the basket from Taran. Finished with that left hand. And it's down to 4 now.
Unbelievable finish coming up here. Bradley. Who's got the rebound? And there's going to be a foul.
And that's going to be on Talia Tupaia. She'll be out of the game.
She's out of the game, but a great game from her. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals for Tupaia. So 2 of the key players now, 1 from each team, out of the contest.
Yeah, those are 2 major losses for both teams, but only a minute left in the game. It'll be up to the players on the floor to pull it out. Who's going to step up for Talia?
It's got to be Thomas and Reed, surely. Out comes Tamilo again, Victoria Tamilo. Now Richards is at the line. She's got 18 in the game. Well, this is important breathing space the Hoiho are creating for themselves here. Yes, second free throw. Good job by Richards. 6-point game with 1 minute to play. Who done brilliantly to come back into this game as Reed tries to drive between 2 players. She tried to do too much there. Here comes Richards. And now Bradley's just going to cool it down. Use the clock as the friend of the Hoiho. Use as much of those 14 seconds on the shot clock as she possibly can. Bradley Maybe Hurst will end it right here.
Oh, that is a big-time three-pointer from Elise Hurst. Great find from, was it from Bradley or was it from Richards?
Yeah, it was Bradley back to Hurst.
Oh, what a beautiful cross-court pass.
And it's going to be a timeout. Not sure who called it, but within a 9-point margin, Hoiho with two big plays there, those two free throws from Richards and the foul that led up to those free throws and that three-pointer from Hurst.
Well, I mean, if you're living and dying by the free throw line, it's only 1 point for every shot you make. And that three-pointer by Hurst eliminated 3 of those free throws. So all that hard work that the Kahu are putting in on offense is just immediately deleted by the long-range 3. And that's, oh man, what a game. The Kahu working so hard to get themselves back into it. But Hoiho just keeping them arm's length.
Well, there's been some good fight and courage shown here by the Kahu to come back into this game. But it looks like at this stage their late run might come up just a touch short.
Hey, there's still 30 seconds left.
I know.
There's plenty of time.
They need everything to go right now to the Kahu. And the Tupai not out there to really kind of glue it all together. It's going to be tough for them. So the Hoiho looking confident. Closing in on their second win of the season. Beating the Tokomanoa Queens earlier on in the week, and now just within 36 seconds of a second win to start the season. Remember, they won that rapidly game earlier today as well, 33-20.
Oh, great defense.
Just unfortunately just lost her balance. Hasn't she stepped up in the second half?
I'm telling you, the silent assassin of the league is going to be Elise Hurst. She's just quiet. She goes about her business, but she is a hell of a player.
Reed with her hands on the ball. Need a quick basket here, the Kahu. Or at worst, 2 shots from the TAB, and that's what Reed earns.
Sophie Adams can't catch a break. It seems like she's fouled about 17 times, but only on, I think, 4 or 5 at the moment.
Well, the Hoiho have conceded 32 personal fouls in the game.
That is wild.
Reed misses a rare free throw. She is 12 from 16, 13 from 17 in the game.
Look for that a lot this season. Tara will be living at that TAB for the rest of the season.
Here's Bradley. And there's a shot from Hurst. Rebounded beautifully there from Gallagher, and she's fouled. And if it wasn't locked up prior to that play from Gallagher, it is now, surely.
Yeah, there's a big-time rebound. Not what you want at this stage in the game if you're the Kahu, but if you're the Hoiho, you are stoked with that offensive rebound. That was just a tough, big woman play.
Gallagher's made of good southern stock, isn't she?
Yeah, oh yeah, she is. And she does it with a smile. A fierce competitor, Gallagher.
Well, she's played for the Tall Ferns as well. And now she gets that second free throw. She has 9 points in the game. And the Kahu is still going to actually call it. They're trying to work something out through the Sky City player timeout.
Every point counts in this league. If there is a tie, it does go to a countback. So you want, even if you lose, you still want to take advantage of every single player timeout and try to decrease the lead just a little bit more. Get some more points on that ladder score.
Don't forget to stay with us here. We've got a match upcoming from the same venue. Otago playing Taranaki, tipping off at 5 o'clock. So stay with us. We've got that double header coming here from Dunedin as Reed.
Oh.
Sweet shot from her.
Beautiful shot from Tara Reed.
27 points in the game for her. She's the top scorer. But it's going to be the Hoiho who get there. 2 wins from 2 in 2023 for the Southerners. And they came back beautifully in this game. They trailed by a massive margin at 1 point. They were down by 11 to come back and win. Reed top scored Tupaia. The leading rebounder in the game was Ashton Prechtel with 12. Zoe Richards, great all-round game from her with 11 rebounds and 19 points.
8 assists for Bradley.
She did amazingly well, 11 the other night as well. Gallagher with a couple of key blocks in the game. And how about all those steals from Zoe Richards and Tupaia? Great all-round game from the MVP from last year.
Unbelievable job by both of those players. Zoe Richards doing a great job keeping herself on the floor. Unfortunately for Tupaia, she fouled out with about a minute left to play.
Games to come. We've got another game coming up tomorrow from Christchurch. Mainland Puakai up against the Phi. And then the Northern Kahu get a chance to rectify this loss today by playing Mainland Puakai on Wednesday night from Pukekohe. And then we have the Kahu back in action again next weekend against the Tokomanawa Queens. That one being played on Auckland's North Shore. That's it for now from Dunedin, but stay with us very soon. In about half an hour, this court is going to come alive again with the Nuggets versus the Ears from the Cells NBL. So stay tuned, folks, here on Sky Sport. That game coming up right after this.